Hey, what's going on, world? It's your boy Steph Jones, aka Mr. Ordinary, aka I'm just happy to be alive. And you are now watching The Skorpion Show with Kevin and Mikhail. You need to subscribe to them, and then you need to subscribe to me, which is Mo City Alien. I forgot my YouTube. I'm Steph Jones. I'm out this bad boy. Listen, I'm about to make it drizzle on these hoes.
What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikhail, and we are sitting with someone who we have been trying to get on our show forever.
A year and 12 days.
Yes, I don't know who was doing the counting. It wasn't me. Steph Jones, everybody.
What's going on? How you doing? Tell your mom I said hi, kiss her for me, tell her that she made a beautiful baby.
So how you doing today, Steph?
I'm good, man. I just got through performing at the white party. It was amazing. The professionalism was amazing. They paid me on time. We didn't have to chase them down, be like, yo, can I get my bread? Hold on one second, let me know. They came after us, and everything went together so smoothly.
Well, first, let everyone know who isn't aware. We are all in Miami, Florida. Beautiful Miami. We are in the Epic Hotel, 25th floor, doing it real big. Steph is here. He was a part of the performers
Sizzle Miami.
at Sizzle Miami, and Kevin and I, as some of you may know, we were a part of the whole blogger thing. So we're all doing our thing. I'm sure Steph is probably making a
lot more than what we are doing.
But that's fine, because one of these days, one of these days we'll make that money too, and we'll all be hanging out somewhere. But until then, we're just hanging out in this hotel room. So how was it? How was the event, the white party?
The white party was really good.
It was good.
Yeah, it was. I saw King Joffy Joe Fur, not the actual King Joffy Joe Fur, but I saw a dude that was dressed from head to toe like the ruler of Zamunda from Coming to America. I had to take a picture with him. I will give you that picture, guys. That picture. Okay. And I also saw another guy that had he had a white blazer, white tie, white shirt, and some booty shorts.
Doing his thing.
But you know what? Hey, that's Sizzle Miami White Party. Whatever. Listen, whatever makes you happy.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever makes your socks go up and down.
How do you feel? Like, how do you get comfortable working and doing this in front of a different audience? It's not a straight audience; it's a gay audience.
You being a heterosexual male.
I just genuinely love people. Just so. I find comfort within my own self. As long as I'm comfortable with my own self, no one else can make me feel uncomfortable. Because at the end of the day, if you respect me, I respect you, and whatever you look like is whatever you look like. You wake up in the morning and decide to look the way you do, that's your own choice, and everybody else has their own story. So I don't let that detour my way of thinking and put me off from me having fun, because I'm gonna have fun regardless if there's gay, straight, purple, pink people out in the audience. If there's nobody there, I'm still gonna have fun.
Okay. Could you see yourself doing another event like this in the near future, like next year if you were invited back?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I know. See, me as an artist, you have to know who your fan base is. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know who really supports me and who's been supporting me since day one, and that's the females and that's the gays. I know exactly what it is. Like, you can't, I'm not gonna hide from it. And one thing I always try to tell people is my music is for everybody. Whatever you decide to do with that is whatever you decide to do with it. I just want to make music that people can feel and love and just and just share and inspire with other people.
So what do you say to those that don't do what you do? And there's a lot of male R&B artists that don't do it.
95% of them
don't do it.
Yeah.
What is your message to them? If you can tell them, what would you tell them?
I'm talking to you. If you're watching this, yes, I'm talking to you.
Tweet it to to your favorite singer that don't support the gay community?
Yeah. This is how I feel about, you know, people or artists who don't support the gay community, who just happen to be people, who have a mama just like you and me. My message to you is, can I curse?
Mm-hmm. This is a Skorpion show. We do a lot of cursing.
Honestly, you need to grow the fuck up. Stop being narrow-minded. Stop listening to everybody else around you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like my father always told me, if somebody doesn't disrespect you, why disrespect them? Let them go about their merry way. Music is for everybody, and if you really want to feel the wrath of what it's like to go against an entire community, let them take away all of their support for you and see how far you get along. You know, you have to realize that music, and I'll say this 15 million times, music is for everybody, and what you decide to do with that is your own choice. But you cannot sit up there and be like, oh, this is just for the ladies, and it's always just for the ladies. You know, because there's other people that want to vibe and that want to be in that world, so you can't exclude them. And that's just the way I see it. But not everybody is like me. So I know that whatever path that I have that's my message, and it's always been my message. It's not something that's just happening now so I can get fans. Anybody who's been a real true fan of Steph Jones, when MySpace was cracking, when I got out of jail 2005, I always said the same thing, but my voice wasn't as big, wasn't as loud as it is now. So now that I have the attention of more people are just now grasping the fact that these are things that I truly believe in, and it's not a front, because I've always maintained the exact pattern of the things that I'm doing right now.
So,
no, I'm sorry.
A lot of people don't know that you were in jail. Can you tell them what that was about?
I was just and from 2003 to 2005, I spent 25 months in a French prison. Just to make a long story short, I was affiliated with the wrong kind of the wrong crowd, and I found myself in a situation where authorities wanted me to snitch on some people. Now these aren't like Mr. Okie Dokie next door. These are some very dangerous people.
Yeah.
You know, I love my life. I love my daughter. I love my family. I would never want to put their lives in danger because I wanted a quick way out. So I chose not to snitch on these people, and I did the time. I spent 25 months in a French prison. I read over 275 books, learned to speak fluent French, learned sign language, and pretty much didn't let it get the best of me. I got the best of it, and I just tried to better myself as a man, as a human being, for when I got out. And I had so much more to offer the world that I wouldn't have had I had not been in there.
Isn't God good how he turned your life around? That's amazing.
Very good. I call it the unfortunate fortunate incident.
Yeah, that's amazing. But speaking of your music, how did you start out in your career? Like, how did you get your big break in music?
I still have not got my big break.
I think you haven't gotten it yet.
No, it's building.
It's building, but let's just say this: you are more known probably today than you probably were 5 or 6 years ago. So what I mean by how did you become able to affiliate yourself with the people that you know today?
Through YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, through YouTube and just being personable with my fans. When I was first introduced to MySpace and YouTube, I would look at all these other artists and I would be like, what can I do that nobody else is doing? And so one thing I noticed that nobody was doing was just being a normal person. So for me, I just wanted to be who I am, and if you genuinely like me, you like my spirit, you like my soul from person to person, I just happen to be talented in music. Why wouldn't you support that?
Support it. Yeah.
So my whole premise and my whole focus and foundation is based off pushing this message of Steph Jones being this, you know, this well-rounded individual who just happens to be talented. So there's some people that are part of the Steph Jones movement that doesn't necessarily listen to my style of music. They just mess with me as a person, and they want to see me win. And so that's how all of that happened. I would make YouTubes of me cooking eggs, making Kool-Aid, and be like, yo, this is what's going on. Like, man, this dude, he's a regular dude, but I want to see him win. Yep. So that's how I've been able to do all the things that I've done in the past 5 years. When you have some of these artists that have $300,000, $400,000 budgets, and they're like trying to pay all these people to get what I get, because people naturally like the message that I put out.
So we know you were signed to a record label before.
Disturbing the Peace.
Yes. Are you with a new label now? Or you still have?
I'm not with the label by choice. When by the way, I never got dropped from DTP. I requested a release. I got an unencumbered release. They didn't owe me anything. I didn't owe them anything. I never signed away my publishing. Only stupid people do that.
You heard
I'm
that?
not calling you stupid, but
let me just say this: you heard that here first.
I'm not saying
on the Skorpion
I'm just saying.
show.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Just people who are just looking for the quick way out. I'm gonna sign over my publishing. That's where all the money is. So I'm not looking to be a quick famous and then not have anything to show for, and not be able to in the long term have a 401k plan, whatever it's called, and just be set for life when I'm older. I don't want the quick way, and so that's why I've taken my time. I've not reshopped my deal, reshopped to get another deal, because I wanted to work on the foundation of Steph Jones on all aspects of what I have going on, as far as movies, commercials, the modeling stuff, the music, the writing. Right now I co-wrote Bomb featuring Wiz Khalifa on the Chris Brown album. Okay. I have another one on his next album, and I have the next single for this. It's the #1 pop group in Europe. They're called The Wanted. I have their next single, which is called Personal Soldier, and that's as far as my writing goes. And as far as acting goes, I'm in the process of shooting a film called Talking to the Taxman About Poetry, directed by Lamont Pierre. And it's me and Vanessa Simmons starring in it. And I just also shot an episode of Funny or Die with Jack K last week, and that'll air on the 31st. And so,
You're very busy.
Oh, I'm very, very, very busy. And I just don't tweet about a lot of stuff. No. I just like to sit back and watch the haters be like, okay, so next week when this comes out, and then the month after that, when it's like bam, 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 we'll see if you're still hating.
Oh, they'll find something to hate on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it is. But let me ask you this. As far as your singing career is concerned, what do you prefer doing the most? Is it singing or writing?
I love singing. I love performing for people and watching, because a lot of times when I perform, there's people in the audience that there's a lot of people that know me, then there's people that don't.
Okay.
I love performing for the people that don't know me, because their preconceived notion is always, who's this pretty dude, blah 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 blah, and you can see it on their face. I love, because by the end of the performance, you see this hard look turn into something so like, wow, like this dude is a real artist, and he's really singing, and he's really touching like my spirit. I love performing for people and showing them what somebody that actually has talent can do.
Okay, when you write your songs, normally, I guess when you're sitting there in front of the pen and pad, when you're writing, are you mostly writing for yourself, or are you like trying to get a feel of other artists? Like, how do you do that?
I don't have and I always tell my publishing company, I tell them, don't tell me who's looking for records. Don't send me an email list of, this person needs a record. When I go in, however the creativity comes into my brain, that's how I put it out. I don't like to pigeonhole my creativity. It was like, no, Beyonce wouldn't do this, or Janet Jackson wouldn't do this. I just want to make a dope record, and no matter what, a dope record will find a home somewhere, you know. And so it's like I just go in, and I just want to make solid, good music that people can feel. And if it ends up not being for me, it'll be for somebody else. But it, like I said again, a good song will find its home anywhere.
Now, a lot of people know you for your friendship with Jordan Sparks.
Right.
How did you guys meet?
Blake Lewis, who was the runner-up from her season, I think it was like season 7.
On American Idol.
On season 7 on American Idol. Me and Ryan Tedder, who's the lead singer of One Republic, we wrote a song that was for his album, and Blake's label loved it so much that they flew me out to Boston while they were on tour just to go write for his album.
Oh, wow.
Mind you, I had never watched American Idol. I didn't know who Blake was until Ryan showed me like a little clip. I was like, I'll probably vibe with him because he's like a weirdo. And so when I went in there, I didn't know any of those people. I met everybody. I didn't know who Jordan was when I met her. I just met all those people, and then we kept in contact, and we still keep in contact to the day.
Well, that's all we need to know.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta ask you. Gee, what I'm about to ask you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're about to ask.
I mean, if we didn't ask you, they'd say, well, how come you didn't ask?
Yeah.
So you know, about a month ago, probably 2 months ago, maybe a month ago, there were some nude pictures of you that leaked on the internet.
Right.
Now, this is what I always wanted to know. As someone who's in the public eye, how do you handle something like that when you see something so personal and so private of you exposed to the public that way? How did you handle that? How did you find out about it?
There were a few blogger friends of mine that I genuinely consider friends before they just moseyed their little ass over to go post something because they found an opportunity like the other ones did. They called me and they were like, Steph, I'm not going to do anything, but there are some nude pictures floating around of you. I'm like, impossible. Impossible. I don't take nude pictures of myself. I was like, impossible. There's no way. That was like that. There must be, there's no way it can be me. They were like, no, Steph, this is you. Same tattoo. I was like, no. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, there hasn't been an opportunity. No, I was like, no, there's no way. So, you know, I spoke to them, and they were like, if you don't want us to post them, we won't post them. I was like,
but you can't.
They're about to come out. They're about to come out anyways. So I was like, you know what? Do what you got to do. Me, I've always been that person that you can't, like, I don't get embarrassed of shit. Like, I was always that person that was like crazy. I would dress up as my teacher for like Halloween, a female for Halloween when I was a little kid, and like make everybody laugh. Like, I don't really have shame. So for whatever it is that this girl was trying to do,
I don't think nude pictures hurt anybody anymore. It's just like, okay,
yeah,
it boosts your popularity. And
yeah, no. What happened was, whoever did that was trying to be very spiteful and sneaky because it looked as if the look on my face was like, are you taking a picture or are you texting? You know, and it was just very, my hair wasn't done, and it was just very like,
it wasn't a posed or staged picture. It was almost as if, like you said, someone was texting or appeared to be texting. Right,
and that shirt was from 3 years ago. I don't even have that shirt no more. So that picture's got like to be like 3.5, 4 years old. And what threw me off was, I'm like, I know who my partners have been. That bed was perfectly made. When I have sexual...
I thought you was in the tub. Were you in the tub?
No. There was a bed.
Behind the bed.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. That bed was perfectly made. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. When I get down, I don't make a bed. So, whoever that was, I had to be comfortable enough in front of them to be naked or something. But it wasn't, I didn't have sex with that person right then. That bed is perfectly made. Like, the bed would have been tossed up or something. I'm telling you right now. So, I was trying to figure out, I'm like, and it's so old. If it was recent,
then you would.
Yeah. I would have known, but it was like hella old.
Now I gotta ask you, because a lot of people do leak new photos just on purpose.
Right.
And you sure you didn't do that?
Let me tell you something. If I'll look at the camera. If I, Steph Jones, leak some new pictures, one, I'm gonna make sure I actually have something coming out. Two, I'm gonna make sure I'm full grown. Three, I'm gonna make sure I'm close to the camera so you can see what I'm actually working with in the proper light, and make sure that the actual picture is not like out of focus, and make sure my hair don't look like Frederick Douglass.
Well, there you have.
You know,
but you're not ashamed of this photo.
No, I'm not ashamed because I'm not. You know, I know what I have.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed, and whoever was trying to be spiteful, again, if you're watching this. You need to remember, because you're trying to be spiteful, I realize this, that my fans are women and gay men. So thank you. Thank you for the exposure.
It doesn't hurt you.
You know, thank you for the exposure. You know, the first thing I did was call my mom. I was like, Mom, don't answer any questions, don't answer any interviews, nothing like that. There's going to be some new pictures going around. She was like, how'd that happen? I was like, honestly, Mom, I have no idea. I had to tell her that. My mom kept cool. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, even though it's me, and some people want to see it, at the end of the day, it's just a penis, and people will get over it.
But it's Steph Jones's penis. So that leads me to this question: how many DMs from the girls did you get? Like, sorry.
It was
a lot of DMs.
It was pretty insane. The texts, the phone calls, the people that wanted to do interviews and everything. It was pretty insane, and I mean, it is what it is. You know, the person was trying to be spiteful and say all the stuff that they read in my phone, you know, which I'm not going to mention any names, but anybody who has any importance in my phone, whose privacy should be respected, their names aren't under their name. So, for you to blatantly make up a lie from a picture that was 4 years ago when I didn't even know the person at hand when you were saying this stuff, and I always have my phone with me. Nice try.
Nice try. Now, let me get to something that's a little bit more important. You are a model.
Right.
You model for Ford?
Yes.
Okay.
Still.
How long have you been a model for them?
I started off with Wilhelmina first, and then I ended up at Ford, but since 2001.
Since 2001, so that's 10 years you've been modeling for them. Like, what's like some of the big campaigns you've done?
I've done L'Oreal, Kenneth Cole, Tommy Hilfiger, Gap, Old Navy. I've done Wilson's Leather. I've done Reebok. It goes on and on and on and on. I've done so many. There was at one point, like right before I went to prison. Pow! So at one point, you could in 2001, you could walk in the mall and see me in like 9 different stores, and I had 3 national commercials and 2 music videos at the same time. And it was just like everywhere you looked, you saw Steph Jones. But at that time, I didn't have Steph Jones' name. I was just, the whole time I wanted to be a singer, and every time I would be like, yeah, I'm a singer, I know people in the back of their minds are like, man, shut up and take these pictures. So it took me to go to prison and write these songs and get out and say, you know what, modeling is cool, but it's not really fulfilling. I'm gonna focus 100% wholeheartedly on my music, and I wrote my first song 2 days after I got out.
Oh wow! When did you happen to the acting?
It just, man, things just be happening. It
does.
It'd be like, okay, I want you to do this. The movie that I'm playing right now, I got that audition because I have this character on YouTube called Dirty Red. Dirty Red is a hood nigga from Third Ward, Texas. He's very hood, and he has no remorse for manners.
I see you have the state of Texas tattooed on your arm.
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay.
So, Dirty Red, he talk like this, man, hold up, for real, dog, all motherfucking day, like peanut butter on motherfucking chrome, like I docked you in your motherfucking eye, homeboy, like for real, homeboy. So, I do this character called Dirty Red, and he's a chef, he's a hood chef. He makes Kool-Aid in the sink, he made fried bologna sandwiches, all kind of crazy stuff. But oddly enough, every time I do, he's slowly but surely starting to become a internet phenomenon. Every time I do a Dirty Red video, an opportunity just opens up. So my first video was titled Sink Juice. Next thing you know, the director was like, we know Steph Jones is this bubbly, positive dude, but if he can play that character, he can come audition for this role, which had nothing to do with that character. So that happened. Then the next time I did it was when Chris Brown's life got threatened by Ricky Romance.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. So I did a spoof as Dirty Red imitating Ricky Romance, and then I threatened Ricky Romance. After that, Chris started following me.
Wow.
And I ended up at the studio with him, and I wrote like 4 songs, and one of them made the album, one of them made another album.
Wow.
So Chris has another album coming out?
In like 3 months.
Wow.
Because it's fame and there's fortune. Fame and fortune.
I didn't even know that.
And one thing I didn't know, that little Negro is talented.
Yeah,
but I knew he was talented. He can
yeah.
dance. But I didn't know as far as like writing. Like he don't use no pen. He just go in there and do like blah blah blah. I was like,
that's how Lil
wow.
Wayne is too.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So that was really dope, and just to see all the people like Wiz Khalifa came in, Busta Rhymes, all the people, and it was just it was awesome to watch him as he works really hard and tries to make his way back out of the hole that, you know, some people say that he's kind of still in, but just work. Yeah, so it was cool to watch that.
So if a record label came to you and said, we want to sign you, what would you want them to have in that? You know, what would make you sign with them?
They have to know if they wanna if they want me to sign to their label, then good chances are they have been following what I was doing, which means what I was doing interested them enough that they want to be a part of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not going to search for no label, so I'm not trying to be a part of what they're doing, because what I'm doing is working for me. So they want to be a part of what I'm doing. So now it's like I don't have to become this other artist and what they think might work, because they see what I'm doing is working. They was like, I want to be a part of that. So if we can join together as a team, so my insight is slightly different than others, because I already have a pretty strong foundation. So all I need is like backing and that name behind me. So there's some people that was like, I can't get with this label because they don't know how to market. I know how to market myself. Give me the money. Trust me, I got people, I know all the people who I need to call. Everything that I do, I have zero PR, zero budget, but there's people that genuinely like to see me win. Right. So when it came to when I performed for Niecy Nash's what happened when you get married? Was it bridal shower?
Bridal shower? Not bridal.
No, the
after the wedding.
Well, they're gonna kill us. None of us are married. After you get married, the reception.
The reception.
The wedding reception.
No, it was the bridal shower.
Okay.
So when I performed at her bridal shower, Entertainment Tonight just happened to be there, and it was for her reality show.
Wow.
You know, but there was a publicist that saw my Southern Love video on YBF and was like, I need Steph Jones. I don't know how they got my number. They called me. I was like, I'm there. You know, so I went there and I did that. Then next thing you know, there's people that reached out to me that, that are part of E! Entertainment. One of the producers, his daughter, she's one of my biggest fans.
Wow.
He was like, whatever I can do, I can help. At first, I thought he was bullshit. Next thing you know, my last 3 videos have been on E! And they don't put too many people of color
They don't.
on E!
No.
So, that's such a blessing in its own. And a lot of things, these magazine things that I'm doing, and it's a lot of looks that a lot of artists on majors can't even get. So I'm blessed in that aspect. For me now, it's time to get a team. I never really had a team. That's why I feel like I'm not where I need to be or where I should be, because I've always done everything on my own. And someone broke it down to me. They're like, Steph, you're like Jordan when he first came to the Bulls. Everybody knew that he was dope. He was out there scoring all the points, but you didn't really have nothing to show for it. So what they do, they brought in Phil Jackson, who's known for bringing the best out of players, and they surrounded a team around him. So as far as me having management, the proper just people that marketing, independent marketing, and whatnot, because literally I've done everything by myself. Email all the bloggers, email all the radio stations. I sit down and I sit there all day long like a damn zombie.
I don't know how you do
all this work.
Because it's hard for me to try. Like I try to do that
because I know what I have.
Really hard.
What I have can make a difference in people's lives, and that right there is enough. That gives me enough will and power to keep going and keep going. Because I'll never forget the day that somebody sent me a message and was like, Steph, I'm coming to you not as a fan or a groupie, but my little brother was on his deathbed and all he was doing was singing your songs. That touched me. And I was just like, wow. And she was like, and up until his last breath, he was singing your music. And I was like, that's what it's about. That is what it's about. I don't do this to make the money. The money is going to come regardless. And if you get 2 people that are remotely talented, that remotely have the same amount of passion, and you put it together, you're going to get good product. You're going to get a lot of true passion and soul in that product, and the money will come. That's what music should be about, and that's where I feel like why music is going away from where it's going, because people do it for the wrong reasons. You take the old We Are the World and compare it to the new We Are the World. Totally different. Wrong reasons. So, that's my whole take on the music, and I'm gonna keep doing it, and people are gonna still doubt me, and I love when people doubt me because I can't help but progress.
Who've been your inspirations? Like, who do you see in the business either today or about 20, 15 years ago that you can say that, this particular artist or artist inspired me to do what it is that I'm doing, to better myself as an artist?
Right now, Kanye West, Janelle Monáe, Andre 3000, and my mother's not an artist, but just to watch how she handled me and my brother with having less than no money, and her busting her ass day in and day out and doing what she had to do to make sure that we had clothes, regardless if they came from garage sales, made sure we had food, a roof over our head, when the lights would go out, enough candles in the house, the way I saw her work to make sure that people were taken care of, me and my brother, that inspires me more than any artist can ever inspire me. So I pull with the things that I do as far as my artistry, I pull that from my mom. You know, I love other artists like Stevie Wonder and Kanye. Like they inspire me. They inspire me to like stay on my toes. But as far as like that drive and that will to win, and that no matter what's in front of me, I'm gonna go over it. I'm gonna grow wings and fly over it, go left to the right. But I'm gonna get to where I need to get to. My mom definitely holds that top spot.
Now, a lot of people may not know this, but I know it. There's a lot of people out there that know, but some people don't know it. You actually are in Beyonce's new music video, Run the World.
Yeah.
You're one of the militiamen.
Yeah.
How did that job come about? How did you get that?
There is a casting company called Chocolate that work with Frank Gatson, which is one of Beyonce's main choreographers / managers. And they asked me, they were like, do you want to be in Beyonce's new video? I was like, duh. I was like, what? They were like, well, we know you're busy. I'm like, I'm not too busy for Beyonce. I want to be in her video. They were like, but it's going to be a lot of hours and you're not going to get paid as much as you normally get paid. I was like, I don't care. I was like, I'll do that for free. I don't care. I was like, I want to be in this video. So, you know, I was in the video. There was like gazillions of girls, a bunch of dudes that's in the army. I was one of the top 20 militia men that were in the video. And just to watch Beyonce work, her work ethics, I don't know any artist besides probably somebody like a Lady Gaga or something. But see, I don't know Lady Gaga, and I've never seen. I've heard what she does behind closed doors as far as her work ethics, but I've never seen it. I've seen Beyonce's work ethics. I don't know any artist, not even dudes, that can top that.
Wow. How was it working with her? Like,
she was cool, man. There's some people to be like, oh, she was nasty and she was just mean. I've never experienced that, because everybody has moments. It all depends. Anytime somebody says, oh, he was stuck on himself or she was like this, you never know what somebody's going through. So I always give people the benefit of doubt. I've been known to be an asshole sometimes. Like if you test me wrong, hell yeah. Like you disrespect me, I'm gonna be an asshole. I'm gonna make it known that you disrespected me. So, and I'm sure everybody else in this room has been there. But for me, man, she was so humble, and how, we worked overtime, and she was just like, oh, y'all, I'm sorry. She went out of her way to tell everybody, I'm sorry, I know it's cold out here. Thank you guys. She kept on thanking us. Thank you guys for being a part of this process with me. And that shows what type of person, what type of artist she is. And, those are the type of things that I strive for as an artist. And when I get to that level, I
still remain humble.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, I'm still trying to, because I've met her a few times, and he hasn't met her yet. But I'm still trying to get him, to me, because I want everybody to know. It's like what you just said. I would love for everybody to experience that, because as big as a star that she is,
right,
people would not believe how grounded and how humble she is when you meet her, because it's unbelievable. You would never think that this is the Beyonce from TV. And like you said, that whole her thanking you over and over, that's what I experienced when I first met her. Like, she was just like, thank you for coming. I'm so happy you're here, So, yeah, I would love for everybody to experience that. But I'm glad you had a good time, because, like I said, not many people know that, but now y'all do. He was in the Run the World video.
I mean, you might see my little nappy head half a second, like 3 or 4 times. But, some of my fans have compiled together. You know how they have the 27? Oh, we saw Steph at 327, 328.
That's how I found out.
And then they'll do one that goes back and forth and back and forth. I was like, because I looked at the video and I didn't see me until I saw that 327, 328.
See, that's how I found it. I found it because people were doing that. And they had a snapshot of you, and it was like you were, and I was like, oh, that's Steph Jones.
Yeah. And then, by the way, if you don't know, when you look at the actual Run the World video, there's a guy in the background who's like that small throwing a bomb. I'm that guy. And don't worry, I wasn't trying to hurt your queen. I wasn't trying to hurt Heard Beyonce. I was just trying to roll the smoke so that the girls that are trying to run the world won't see us fellas that's about to be taken over by y'all.
So, before we wrap up, can you tell everyone how can they get in contact with you?
So my cell number is
No, we don't want
Not that one.
I'm joking.
Yes, I know.
You can definitely hit me up on Twitter, which is Steph Jones Music, STEPH Jones Music. My website is www.stephjonesgalaxy.com. YouTube /Mo City Alien.
Of course, they'll all be in the links down below.
Yeah, we're gonna all have that in the more info box.
Yeah, but if you want to book me for anything, I do bar mitzvahs. I do quinceañeras. I host parties. I perform for your grandpappy and your grandmammy. I kiss babies. You just let me know. You hit up management at bookstephjones@gmail.com. BOOK StephJones@gmail.com, and then we'll take it from there.
Now, before we go, what is it that we all can look forward to seeing you putting out in the near future as far as music? Because you let us know that you're going to be in some upcoming films.
Right.
So, do you have any music that's coming out soon?
Yes, actually, a lot of y'all out there probably have already heard my single Southern Love, but it just got added to like 7 stations.
Wow.
Which is really good.
Congratulations. Yes.
7 stations, one being Beaumont, Texas, one being Rochester, New York. I mean, it's 7. I have to go back and look at the email, but it's on radio right now. Even though I just put it out online, it's now circulating. And funny enough, I put out Beautiful last year. It's now on radio, so I got 2 records at radio. But I have a song that I just did with Paul Wall, featuring Paul Wall, called Fuck 'Em. I did this record, and it is a woman's anthem, or it's just an anthem period for somebody. If they treated you wrong, fuck 'em. I come along to just fuck 'em. You know, and I wanted to do this song because I wrote this song because, you know, the male figures in my life growing up, they treated women like shit. I couldn't really say anything when I was younger because I was younger. And when I heard the track, I was like, you know what? I'm going to speak on this. And I'm just going to say it in a way to make women or whoever feel so comfortable that to let them know that they don't need another person. They don't need another person in their life to move forward. Mm-hmm. They can do without. And at the end of the day, they making you feel bad. Fuck them.
And let me just have it. There you have it. But let me just say this: he let Kevin and I listen to this track before we sat down in the interview, and I'm gonna tell you something. This right here, you're gonna love it. Hopefully, this is like a single, whatever, on his next project. But you all are gonna love it. I mean, I'm not really into all the music and stuff like that. But if I'm giving my stamp of approval, it's definitely a good one.
You know what I just noticed?
What?
This is the quietest I've ever seen you.
Me?
When I follow y'all's videos, y'all be loud. That's what I was looking forward to.
We can't be loud.
We can't be loud.
No, yes you can. We are in Miami. We are in Miami. Well, on Memorial Weekend.
See, now you're embarrassing us. See, we trying to be professional with you.
Yo,
be you.
We are being us. Baby us.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted right there. That's exactly what I wanted right there. Yeah, we all being us. Okay, that's all I needed.
We'll see. See, sometimes you gotta act like an ass, okay? But it was nice having you on the show.
Likewise,
and I'm glad after a whole year, we finally got you. Finally.
I've been trying to, man. I was like, yo, I'm in New York. Well, we won't be there till Sunday. Oh, I'm leaving Sunday. And that happened like 5 times in a row.
But you know what? This interview in Miami was supposed to happen because you and I ran into each other just by coincidence. I think a minute sooner or a minute later, we would have missed each other.
Right.
So it was supposed to. It was by fate. So thanks again, Steph.
And thank y'all all for watching again.